Good morning, everybody. We're here, we're jazzed up. We're going to be talking about wedging clay properly, and then we're going to do a little bit of slab construction for an upcoming project. We're gonna make a relief sculpture of our favorite foods. Let's see if I can get in here. Hello. Okay, so first what you wanna do is you're gonna work on directly on the table. So don't worry about the fabric that's over here. So I am trying to show you how to properly wedge your clay. So by wedging your clay, I don't mean just working your clay in your hands like this. So the more that you work with your clay, it tends to dry the clay out. So while you're wedging, you want to do it quickly and effectively. So you're going to start by putting your palms together like this, and you're going to push down and then pull back up. So you're pushing down and pulling up. So try to keep your clay all together in a ball. Okay, hopefully you can see this. Yeah. All right, hopefully this works. So you're gonna be pushing down, pull up, push down, pull up, push down, pull up, push down, pull up, push down, pull up. And then I kind of roll it and pivot the clay so that you're making sure that you work it from all sides, okay? So get your palms back together, push down, pull up, push down, pull up, push down, pull up, push down, pull up, push down, pull up. Roll and pivot. So you're gonna do that rotation at least 5 times, just so that you know that you worked your clay through thoroughly. So I did that twice, so I'm gonna go ahead and do it again. Push, pull, push, pull, push, pull, push, pull, push, pull, roll, pivot. We're gonna do it again. And make sure you're using this part of your hand when you're putting this downward pressure. It's best to do wedging while you're standing also. All right, push, pull, push, pull, push, pull, push, pull, push, pull, roll, pivot. I think that was 3. Push, pull, push, pull, push, pull, push, pull, push, pull, roll, pivot, and finally the last rotation. Push, pull, push, pull, push, pull, push, pull, push, pull, roll, and pivot. So at this point, you're gonna want to roll your clay into a ball, kind of like compact it into a ball. All right, let's go downward view now. Okay. Okay. So like I said before, the more you work with your clay, the more it tends to dry it out. So we're just getting ready to roll this out into a pancake shape. So now you're gonna wanna find that piece of fabric that you have. We're gonna work on the fabric just so this clay doesn't stick to the table. All right. So you have these 2 wooden slats here. And these are to make sure that your clay doesn't get too thin. So this is a good thickness for the clay. And you're gonna take your rolling pin and you're gonna start in the middle. Try to do even pressure. Do it slowly. Then you can rotate your clay. You're gonna do it a little bit this way. Rotate, roll it out a little bit more, rotate. And as soon as you hit these slats, you know that you're good to go. But I'm gonna roll mine out just a little bit more because I want my project, my plate, to be a little bit bigger. Just if you do this without the slats, just be really careful that you're doing even pressure and you don't get your clay super thin. Because if your clay is super thin, it could crack when we put it in the kiln. All right, so once you have your slab, then you can decide, okay, what shape do I want my plate to be in for my Clay Foods project? Do I want it to be round? Do I want it to be square? What do I want to do? So mine, you have a bunch of tools here, so you want to try to find something that kind of resembles a knife or something that you could cut with. So I'm gonna do like an oval shape. Try to keep this as big as possible. But you don't have to do an oval. You could do a square. You could do kind of an odd shape. But I'm happy with this. So for storage purposes, so when you guys come back next week to keep working on these, we're gonna put it on a plate and we're gonna wrap it up in wet paper towels. So we wanna make sure whatever shape that you just made is gonna fit on that for storage. So at this point, you can go ahead and smooth out this slab. So I like to do that with either a sponge or a tool like this. So you're gonna add a little bit of water to your sponge and you're gonna gently smooth this out. You can use your finger to smooth. If you have any cracks along the edges, now's the time to get your sponge, add a little bit of moisture. Sweet. All right, so at this point with your plate, you can decide, okay, do I want to add any designs to it to make it look like a real plate, right? I also have some texture plates I thought would be interesting if you wanted to use those. Let's see what I got. Yeah, I think I might try to put a texture in mine. So if you do want to use a texture plate, just make sure that you get most of the moisture off of this clay surface. So this is optional. You don't have to do this, but I'm gonna do it just for fun. So yeah, you can try to press this down into your clay. Get all around. Because sometimes plates have designs on them, sometimes they don't, sometimes they're plain. You could draw your own designs on them or you could keep it plain. It's up to you. So, I'm gonna be really careful when I take this off. Cool. All right, I lost a little bit of it there, but that's all right. That just gives a little something, just a little bit of a texture on there. So at this point, you're also going to want to carefully flip this over. You're going to want to sign your name into the back. So whenever you find your project in 10 years, you know how old you were when you made it. So I'm going to date this 2020 and put my initial, my name or my signature or whatever. Okay. All right. 2020. So I'm going to flip this back over. Now that's about all the time that we're going to have for today. Just kind of get our plate shape ready. So now what you can do is you can get some wet paper towels. All right. And first I'm going to put a wet paper towel down on this plate. To go on the underside. Carefully pick up your plate that you made out of clay. Stick it on there. And you're just going to make sure that you have wet paper towels on the top of it also. So this is just going to keep your clay soft so that next week when you come back, we can continue to work on this and add our foods onto it. So I'm going to do some foods in my next video. This was just so we could get our wedging done and our slab done for the plate. All right, so finally, you wrapped up your clay in wet paper towels. Check. Next, you're going to put it in a bag. I have lots of bags. All right, we're gonna put the whole plate in this bag, like this. You're gonna write your name on the bag with a Sharpie. Kind of try to get most of the air out of it. And we're also going to be kind of twisting it shut, like so. And then just kind of put it underneath like this. Now, this should be enough to keep this clay soft, so the next time you come in, you can continue to work on it. See you next time.